Okay. Let's get this show on the road. I'm a couple minutes early here, so Gary Wilkins, you got two on me, buddy. You got two more. You got two extra here. But I want to get this show on the road. I want to get this show on the road today. Oh, look at this! I got such a nice matching outfit. Look, I got my blue shirt on, my blue shorts. Got a blue watch. I got a blue pen. It's all over now, baby blue. Yeah, okay. Let's get going here and quit fooling around. Let's get going and quit fooling around here. It's Straight Talk Thursday, August 28th here. Man, oh man, the week is winding down. The month is winding down. Monday is a holiday. It's a long weekend. I will not be doing a show on Monday. Sorry about that, everybody, but I'm taking the day off just to relax and do absolutely nothing. Yep, I am. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, the weather, we're starting to get into fall. Chilly this morning, 64 when I got up at 4:30 this morning. Yeah, I get up at 4:30. I always do. 4:35, but great open window sleeping weather. You know, usually I get up during the night for some odd reason. I don't know, take a leak, do whatever I have to do. But last night I did. Open window, a little bit of fresh air. I was out, and I got up at 4:30, and it was perfect. I had a great night's sleep, so that's a good thing. See, that's what this weather does. But it also causes some other problems. We're getting into the fall. We got to get stuff ready for this. We know what's coming up. The cold weather's coming up, and that's why you got to get your car to Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. It's a must. You got to get your car checked out. Make sure it's running right, because if you don't, you know what's going to happen. You're going to have a breakdown. And you know what happens when you have a breakdown? You get mad. And then when you get mad, you say crazy things and go nuts. So get your car fixed. Take it into Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. He's going to check it front to back, top to bottom, brakes, coolant system, you name it. He's going to do it. He's going to throw it on his computers, check out your error codes. If there's any, he's going to fix those. He's going to do a bang-up job for you, believe me. And you're going to be happy because your car is happy. Your wife's happy. Your kids are happy. The dogs. Everybody's happy when your car's running good. I mean, come on, let's face it. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Oakwood Drive, next to the Kia dealership. And they have a full body shop. Yeah. You get in a wreck. You take your car in there. You wait a few weeks. And guess what? Your car comes back in showroom condition like nothing happened. You can't beat it. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Support our sponsors because they support the show. WildBillsAuto.ca is where you go. And while you're there, head over to the video here. Your City, Your Voice, Paul Lemire on YouTube. And guess what? You're going to find the video. And you know what you do? You hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell, the notification button. You'll get a notification when I drop a video. It helps the algorithm. The more subscribers, the merrier. We have an election coming up in 2026. We want everybody to be involved so we don't have the farce at City Hall that we have right now, hopefully. And that, you know, somebody said we should have term limits. Oh, yes, Gary Wilkins, you're right. I have been a big subscriber for term limits. And, you know, we want to talk about all this stuff. And that's how you do it. You leave comments on the video and you subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. We love our listeners. We thank everybody for tuning in on 4680Q Radio on Your City, Your Voice. And for those who watch on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Truth Social, because it's on all those platforms. You can't miss it. Your City, Your Voice. And if you ever want to come down and wave at the window in the studio, come on down, because it's right across from the meteor crater. You can't miss it. And I showed the meteor crater on the video the other day. Okay, let's move on. We have other sponsors to get to. Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, Hamel Machine Company, and Niagara Parks Commission, but they'll come later in the show as we roll through Straight Talk Thursday on Your City, Your Voice. First, we're going to head over to City Council because there was a City Council meeting on Tuesday. And I'm going to tell you, it was a ball of confusion. They were all over the place. I could not figure out exactly what they were talking about. I watched it live, and I had to go back and watch it again because the first time through I didn't get it. they were everybody was all over the place with what they were talking about. And at the end, you don't know if they okayed something or passed it or didn't. It was insanity. It was insanity with everybody all over the place. I didn't get it. Now I don't know about anybody else, but I was confused. And I follow these things. I go through the agenda. We have a whole show talking about the agenda and what's going to happen. And I still had a hard time getting through it and understanding what they were doing. It was disorganized, nonsensical, and I didn't get it. I needed somebody to translate the whole shooting match. I can't even imagine sitting in this meeting. It must have been so confusing, and it was. These counselors didn't know what was going on. They were even confused. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. It started off with Bill Matson, our city clerk, telling everyone that they wanted to make the meeting short. So he's Diodati's henchman. And so he gets up and he says, they want to make the meeting short, reminding that everybody, including council, had to speed it up with 5 minutes maximum to discuss any item. So right away, he drops the hammer on everybody. I mean, I get it. You don't want to be there all night. That's why you have two meetings, one for one thing and one for the other. That's why you listen to me and get rid of all the nonsense in these meetings. Your awards, your presentations, your deputations, all those can be done outside of the council meeting, much like they move the in-camera meeting outside of the actual council meeting. These council meetings cost us $1,600 an hour. That's taxpayers paying that tab. Shorter we can make them, the better. So, Jim, yes, you're right in that regard, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. Get rid of the deputations, get rid of the presentations, get rid of all that stuff and put them where they belong. Sports at the Gale Center, city at the McBain Center, arts and culture at the Exchange. There's where you give out those awards and those accolades and those presentations and trophies and whatever else. You don't do them in a city council meeting. That'll save you a couple hours by the time you do all that. I'm telling you, it can be done. You don't have to stifle democracy because at the end of the day, if our counselors have something to talk about or have questions or have discussions, they have the right to do it at council. That's where we want to hear about it. That's where we want to hear about it. Right? And to stifle that because you think it should be shorter. No, that's not the way you make the meeting shorter, Jimmy, me boy. And if you don't want to have a 6 or 5 or 6 hour meeting, you have 2 3-hour meetings. That's right. I mean, we're a big city and we're getting bigger, and these meetings are going to get longer and longer. If you think it's bad now, wait till we have 10 planning matters to talk to. Now, what are you going to do? It's come. The time has come. You want them shorter. You talk about it. You just don't know how to do it. Listen to other people. Drop the arrogance and the ego. Listen to other people. They're telling you. But no. We're going to continue on and we're just going to stifle everybody. No, you're not. You're not going to do it. You saw it last night. It doesn't work. And it's never the discussions pertinent to the item that's on the agenda. It's always the extraneous stuff, the grandstanding by these guys. And it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better as far as grandstanding goes. I didn't see a lot of it at this meeting. I didn't see a lot of it at all, which is a congratulations to the grandstanders. It's the grandstanding that wastes time. You get off topic discussions. You get things that they want to discuss that should be discussed prior to the meeting. It's like they just opened the book when they got there and said, oh, I have to know about that. And then they go into it, which is not what the meeting's for. You should know about it. You should have asked about it. And then anything you have at the meeting, you'll know what the answer is. It's amazing what happens. If everybody stuck to business, because city council is a business meeting, most wasted time would vanish. It would really vanish. And if they also did their homework, of course, you have to go through the agenda and read the PDFs and know what they're talking about if you're going to sit there. Now, for example, here was a good time waste. Councilor Coco gave her opinion on the Bentley Commons, where they want to take those condos and or whatever they are there and turn them into the short-term vacation rental units. And she gave her opinion on it, and then Only Eight, Ruth Van Nieuwesteg, she said that I understand what Councilor Coco was saying, but I think that's what she should have said. Here's my opinion. Now, City Council, you consider it and see which way you want to vote on this. But no, she went right at Councilor Coco through the mayor and started telling her why she didn't think that Lori Lococo was right. Well, no, that's not the way you do it. Here's what I think. I understand what Lori Lococo, Councilor Lococo is saying, but here's what I think about it. And that's that. Not back and forth. Well, as soon as you speak right to Lori Lococo about it, of course, Lori's going to answer because she's going to protect her opinion and say why she believes that. And then the other one goes on, and then you've got a 10-minute discussion back and forth. That's not the way it should work. It doesn't have to work that way. So you don't want to get into that. That's the way. You're not going to convince anybody who has an opinion that they should change in the city council meeting. If you know that Councilor Coco doesn't like that because of certain things, you discuss that outside of the council meeting and try to get her to change her mind. You don't do it in the council meeting. That's not the place for it. Now, we got King James the Weird. The mayor wanted to get out of there so fast he admonished Councilor Patel, this is your third comment, and Councilor Lococo, this is your second comment, mentioning how many times people spoke to an item, cutting it off with, we have to get out of here. Well, Jimmy, democracy isn't measured by time. You don't spend millions of dollars without discussion. Or at least I hope you wouldn't. I mean, they're there to protect our money, and if they're going to spend it, they want to know the ins and outs of it. What are the repercussions? What are the short-term repercussions? What are the long-term repercussions? There's going to be questions. And I take my hat off to Councilor Patel and Lococo, who were asking a lot of questions, and any of the other councilors. A lot of them got up and talked last night, which is fine because that's what we need. We need informed decisions, asking the right questions, not red stamping everything, just heck with it, which is a good thing. So, yeah, it makes the meeting a little bit longer, but that's the way it should be run. And these councilors got involved, and that's a good thing, Jimmy. I don't know what the hell you had bugs in your pants for about. What you have? What was going on that they had to get out of there? I don't know. He hammered the gavel and said, "Oh yeah, the meeting's over at 8:00. It's 8:15." So he was really proud of that, I guess. But people aren't, these city councilors just can't be blowing our money without discussion or without knowing it or listening to other councilors' opinions on it. The city's growing. There's going to be more things that need discussion. And it's good when council discusses these things and asks questions. And not dumb questions that you should know the answers to. Questions that are getting to exactly what we're doing here and being fiducially, is that what it's called? Responsible. They're being responsible with our money is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I got the word right. And we can't throw the democratic process out the window because we want to get out of here. No, that's not what it's all about. And when I watched the meeting, it felt rushed. It was all over the place. It was confusing. I had to watch it a second time so I could figure out exactly what happened last night. And I still don't even know what Chippewa's getting. And neither does council. Seriously, it was exactly a dog's breakfast. That's what King James the Weird always says. It was a dog's breakfast. Well, it was. It was a dog's breakfast. It was hard to follow and understand. I was surprised that Jody Burdett wasn't there. He had a great presentation about the arena and the money and everything else. But he wasn't at the meeting. He sent in a well-researched piece, though. I read it was good, very good, Jody. And my condolences to Jody Burdett and his family. His father passed away last week. Maybe it was this week, over the last week anyway. And may your dad rest in peace, Jody. Yeah, condolences from me to you. From 4680Q to you. Jody comes in as a guest, and sorry to hear that. A pretty comical part of the city council meeting. A lady got up to speak and said that Mayor Jim has been dodging her for 8 years. So she wasn't going to miss this chance to speak out about her love for the city, the history of the city, protecting the history of the city. Her regard for the artifacts at the museum was a classic moment. I've been chasing you for 8 years and you haven't got back to me. Oh, that was beautiful. I was laughing my head off when I heard that one. Good for her. She tracked him down. She cornered him. Now with the Willamette Museum, I really still can't figure out what's going on, and the Chippewa Arena. They were the two big items on the agenda there. It's very confusing. I think that the arena, from from what I heard about all these discussions, I think what has to happen with the arena. This is my take on it. I thought a lot about it, and I think what has to happen here is we have to say, okay, what do we need for Chippewa? We need a new arena. That's fine. The other one's 50, 60 years old. It's a junk. So let's figure out how much that's going to cost. And then I think what the city council has to do is put a cap on what they want to spend. And whether it's 40 million or 50 million, whatever it is, let's put a cap on it. Okay, we're going to spend 50 million on this project. We get 10 million from the province. That's 40 million. The arena is going to cost 25, 30 million to build the way they want it. Okay, so we have 20 million left. What do we want to do with that 20 million? And I think that's the way to approach it. They're trying to do all this stuff, and nobody can give a price. And if you choose this, A, B, and C, all this baloney. Oh, people wanted it. Option C, $80 million. Well, of course they did. Of course they did. Are they going to want it when they hear the price? I mean, it was asked, would you rather have this, that? Well, they're going to take the best. If a car salesman comes up to you and says, what do you want here? You want all this? You're going to say, give me the best one. And then you find out the price. And you go, ooh, I got to start taking stuff off that list. And, that's kind of what we're going to have to do with it, I think. I think we're going to have to do something like that. And they're trying to figure it all out at the meeting, and I don't even know what they figured out. The Penguin was talking about all kinds of Jason Bird. He was on TV. Cobblepot. I said to Liz, look, there's Cobblepot. But, I think that's the way it's so confusing. I think they're going to have to take a very rudimentary approach to this. They're throwing all these numbers around and the debentures and interest and this and that. And what's it going to? No, I think they got to just sit down and figure out what they want to spend on this, the long-term ramifications, short-term costs, and then go from there. I think that's the way they got to do it to make it simple. Now, the Willoughby Museum, I mean, this is a tough one because of the cost to move it. But I think right now, because the contract's up there with the Niagara Parks Commission in 2027, I believe. So I think what they have to do now, if it was me making a suggestion, I would say, listen, Clark Burnett, you do your jig over there. You do what you got to do. We got to start itemizing these items. They've got to all be accounted for, what they are, how important they are. Some are we going to keep them, like Dave Wheeler said on Monday. You have 300 musket balls. You really need 300 musket balls. So we got to, they got to decide what they want to keep, what's historic and what's just neat. What's neat, what's historic and what's, neat. It's really not historic, but it's neat to see, I don't know, part of an old plow or something. That was used in Willoughby in, the 1800s or whatever. I mean, that's neat stuff, but it's not historic stuff, some of it, right? So it's got to be separated, cataloged, itemized, and figured out. I think we should start doing that now, 2 years before this contract comes up, because the Niagara Parks Commission could pull it. And then all of a sudden, what are you going to do? Hire 100 guys, 200 guys to go through it all and get it done by the time you got to move out? Now's the time to start doing it and even moving some of it out if need be. And I don't know, it might be really neat to talk to the hotels in town. We have some hotels here who get a lot of tourists in who may want to know some of the history. So maybe they'll be interested in taking some of the parts that pertain to Niagara Falls. But there's got to be other places we can put these things. And I said, maybe in the new arena, if they're building a new arena there and they're going to put a library there for Chippewa, maybe they can put a couple hundred square feet for all these artifacts and to present them at a library, which would make sense, right? Maybe they can incorporate it into that. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. There was a lot of great ideas that came up. Mike Strange, Councilor Strange, actually said maybe we can sell some of them if they're something that isn't really historic but might have value as an antique or something. So there's a lot of good ideas that are coming up, but I think first it's good they got to be itemized. See what we got and see what we can do with them. I think that's the thing. And with the arena, we got to know the long-term and short-term repercussions of spending that money and what's going on. And then we got to, this isn't the end of it neither. There's other stuff in this city, other money we're spending that shouldn't be spent. And the NSNG Trail is one of them. We got to stop that right away. That $17 million that it's going to cost has got to be stopped. We don't need that, especially right now. We have bigger needs than that. And somebody's got to put a stop to this right away. I've been saying this for 2 years now since it came up. It's got to be stopped. And I know. They're going to say people don't want it. They don't care. That Innocent Trade Trail doesn't get built. Nobody will care. We have the Millennium Trail. We have the Parkway. We have the McBain Center. We have the Gale Center. We have lots of places to walk. We don't need that right now. Times are good and we have extra money, yes, but not right now. So we've got to do a lot of things with this city, and some of it, has got to be decided now. Of course, the big rush for the arena, of course, is the 10 million we're going to get from the province. We have to have something on paper to present to them to get that 10 million shortly. So we want to get that. But I think that's the way they got to go with these things. I don't know. You tell me, John Ringo Beam, the guys who are into this like I am, Gary Wilkins. Am I offline here? Am I off base with all this? Is there a better way to do it? I mean, if somebody tells me, I'll put it forward. But right now, I think really we have to take a look at what we really need in Chippewa and what we can afford to add on to it. Put a cap on it for spending. Now, anything else that we need, can be spent in subsequent years. It doesn't mean that in 2 years we can't put a gym on it if that's what they want and can't afford. It doesn't mean in 2 years we can't do other things that they want. It's just right now when they're raising our taxes 25% in 4 years, another 6% this year, we have to really, really watch spending, and council has to do their duty when it comes to saving the taxpayers' money and spending it wisely. It's something they haven't been doing, and they've got to take it more seriously. They really, really do. Okay, so I'm going to watch City Council again. I'll read some more stuff. Ray Spiteri writes great stuff, and thanks to Ray Spiteri for a lot of this stuff from the review. I'll look at it and keep looking at it and try to figure it all out and report back later on. But for now, that's all I really got about it. And I might have to watch that City Council meeting again because I still don't really know what they decided on a lot of stuff. It was so muddled up. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about today, class, is Wheelchair Rick. And before I do that, I'm going to get to my sponsor, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. And whenever I have a pizza, the thing I look for is fresh toppings, good sauce, and a good crust. And this is where Pete's Pizza on Victoria decides to start to put the pizza together. And when I talk about putting a pizza together, it's like an artist making a great creation. You need good sauce and good crust. Well, the Mancini family recipe has been doing pizza for the last 40 years in Niagara Falls and franchises all over the region. They know how to make sauce. They know how to make crust. And that's what Pizza on Victoria Avenue uses. Then we move to being able to have the right ratio of sauce and cheese on the pizza. They know how to do that, and they use the right blend of mozzarella and brick cheese. Then you have to get it on there with fresh toppings. They have all that. And then you have to give it the right cook. You have to cook it just right. And they do it all. I mean, they really do it. And here's the key, they do it consistently. That's why I get my pizza from Pizza on Victoria Avenue. But they're not a one-trick wonder, believe me. They're not a one-hit wonder. They have great chicken wings. They have steak and cheese poutine, regular poutine, panzerotti. They have a whole menu for you to choose from, and they're also innovators. They create new sandwiches and that kind of thing all the time. Pizza on Victoria Avenue. You can't go wrong. Order a pizza today. You know you want one. 905-374-2222 or pizzavictoria.ca, or they use Dine and Skip and all the other delivery services. You can't go wrong, believe me. Pizza Victoria Avenue. Tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Support our sponsors. They support the city. They're good corporate citizens. And Mike and Rex are a couple of really good guys. I like supporting them in small business in Niagara Falls. Okay, so Wheelchair Rick, this maniac who's going down Clifton Hill full speed in a wheelchair. Well, now he's going to take that show on the road. That's right. He's not content going down Clifton Hill trying to get injured or killed. He's going to get away from Clifton Hill now. He's done that enough, and he's going to go somewhere else and do other hills. Mayor Jim, rather than discouraging the guy, this dangerous wheelchair downhill at insane speeds, injuring somebody else, injuring himself, he encourages Wheelchair Rick by calling him a professional. I would call him more of a stuntman daredevil than a professional. He says he's a wheelchair athlete that supports his efforts. I don't support this guy. No, the guy has a death wish. Is he a professional? I don't know. He doesn't get paid to do it. He's not a professional. I mean, if anybody else did this down Clifton Hill, they'd be arrested and given a ticket. You just can't go down the middle of Clifton Hill in a wheelchair full speed in the middle of the day, too, in the afternoon between 2 and 3. I mean, it's like jumping in a barrel and going over the falls. The guy's going to get injured worse than he already is, or killed one day. And the sad part is, he might take out other people while he's doing it. Professionals wear helmet. They wear protective equipment. This guy don't. Professionals done it all their life, and they get paid to do it. This guy doesn't. He's what he is maybe I don't know, a maniac. He can call himself a professional, but guess what? A car pulls out in front of him. He's gonna need a professional to scrape him up. Now, Mayor Jim's attitude is to leave the guy alone. There are a lot of other crimes going on that are more important, more serious than right now. So he's committing a crime. He just admitted that. But there's more important crimes to deal with than a guy going down the center of Clifton Hill on a wheelchair, full blast, full steam ahead in the middle of the afternoon, through an intersection, through 2 intersections with tourists all over the place. So he's committed a crime, but it's just not as serious as the other crimes. So leave him alone. I mean, is Mayor Jim losing his mind? I mean, maybe that's why he's eating all the time at city council. I mean, did you ever see him? Did you ever see him at city council? I mean, he's always eating. It's like he's a diabetic or something. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's always eating. He's eating something. I don't know what he's always eating when he's not city council. Can't go without snacks? I don't get it. Someone investigate this and let me know. What's he eating at city council meetings? Anyway, I got off topic there. So I mean, what are we doing here? We're like people who watch NASCAR. They wait for the wrecks. They're watching it for the wrecks. They're space shots. They can't wait to see the rocket blow up. I don't know. Are they waiting for the train wreck on Clifton Hill? But leave him alone. So now he's going to do other stuff, and Mayor Jim's doing the sanctuary city dance, and rating crime as to the level of severity. Like all the like he's like all the other crimes. He said like all the illegal drug sales and consumption. To me, I ask people, what's your priority? Well, my priority is to stop criminals. I don't care what kind of criminals they are. If they're breaking the law, they should be stopped. And if they're doing it in public on video, the cops know about it. What, they can't go down there and catch them one afternoon at 2 o'clock and say, hey, you can't do it anymore? Give them a warning? I don't know. Which one's more important to deal with? Well, Jimmy, why not give us a list of crimes? Okay, here's what Jim's going to do, Mayor Jim. He's going to give us a list of crimes in order of severity, and so you have something to go by. So like if you're going to do this, you only it's not very severe. You're all right. You can commit that crime. I don't think the mayor should be encouraging people to do this kind of stuff. I really, really don't. I mean, here's a guy, King James, who had women arrested in a city council meeting for holding up signs. Yep, they were holding up signs. Women in Ontario say no. You can't hold up the signs. We're going to anyway. Call the cops. We're going to arrest these women. But he's letting the wheelchair guy go down Clifton Hill full blast. That's okay, but holding up a sign and being quiet in a meeting is not. Or getting up and talking to their cause. They don't want criminals sitting on city council. They don't want people with pending criminal charges sitting on city council. They can't talk to it. Arrest them. But yeah, you want to take a wheelchair and go down Clifton Hill full blast, risking your life and other people's lives. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, this really reminds me of another guy. Now, this guy, if you remember, he had peaceful truckers arrested up in Ottawa for blowing their horns, and he had the Gestapo come in and trample people with walkers with horses. But he'll let thieves off. He'll let illegals in the country, let thieves off, and change the law so there's basically no bail. I mean, we're almost at cashless bail. They can burn Canadian flags and everything else. But truckers blowing their horns, that was a huge problem. And this guy down on Queen Street here reminds me of that. But anyway, that's my take on it. I don't know. You might disagree with me. You might call me an idiot. I don't care. That's the way I think about it. Thanks to Reese Terry for the article on Wheelchair Rick in the review. And Wheelchair Rick, please be careful. I know you're getting 220,000 viewers or something. I don't know how many views you got, but be careful. Like nobody wants you to get hurt. Throw on a helmet. Throw on stuff in case the wheelchair falls over or goes astray and you crash into a wall or something. Protect yourself. Don't even do it is the best. But if you want to do it, protect yourself. And I don't think you should be doing it anyway. Okay, so here's another thing at City Council. Speed cameras are going to go ahead, full steam ahead on speed cameras, and you just knew it. If the region did it, all these other cities are going to do it. Why? Because it's a huge moneymaker. It's a huge moneymaker. They made a lot of dough. They raked in a lot of dough with the speed cameras. Now the city wants in on the action. The city wants in on the action. There's too much money to be stolen from taxpayers to let this one go. Now, Councillor Peter Angelo got up and he tried to make a case that it wasn't about money. I want to set this straight. People think it's about money, that we're just grabbing. It's a cash grab. But no, it's about safety. Okay, Victor, let's talk about that. Councillor Peter Angelo, let's talk about that. And I didn't even recognize him at first. He's got that goatee going on now. He grows his hair long, and I'm going to be concerned. But believe me, Victor, there's no money to be made in this what I'm doing. Come on, Victor. Now, before you can call it a safety issue, you have to prove it's a safety issue. So I have one question, seriously, one question for you and anybody out there, everybody out there. Please tell me when anyone has been killed in front of a school by a speeding driver. Can somebody tell me? I'll even take an injury. Somebody injured by a speeding driver in front of a school. Please tell me. Prove to me this is a safety issue. And I don't want one kid in the last 100 years. I'm talking about a safety issue, an ongoing safety issue like McLeod Road. I want an ongoing. I'll wait. I'll wait. Here, let's just time it. Tick tock, tick. No, nobody's going to tell me this. Please, somebody tell me. Give me one time. You can't because it doesn't happen. I've been in this city 73 years, and I went through all schools. And I have never seen a student get run over by a speeding driver by a school. Ever. Before you can say it's a safety issue, you have to prove it's a safety issue. And they're catching, some little old lady doing like 2 kilometers. Instead of doing 40 in front of the school, they're doing 43. So they get a ticket for $116. I mean, is this what we really want to do? Do we want to stop speeding? Is that what you want to do? Which is not that big a problem. It's just that this rakes in so much money. So if it's not to stop speeding, it's about money. Let's face it, it's about money. So, you know what else doesn't happen in front of schools? Car accidents. They don't happen because people already slow down. Most people slow down. It's the way it is. You know what is a problem in front of schools? Yellow school buses lined up, parents on the other side of the street parked waiting for their kids running across the road. That's the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem. But most schools now have crossing guards. Get the kids across safely. I mean, we have to face the fact here that the cameras, no matter what the stats say and all that, they're a cash grab. That's all they are. That's all they are. And I don't know if anybody's heard of a kid getting killed in front of a school by a speeding driver. You know what's a bigger problem? Distracted drivers, bad drivers, drunk drivers, old drivers, drivers that don't have licenses, can't speak the language, and don't understand the rules of the road. Do the cameras pick up these people? No, they don't. No, they don't. And I'll give you 2 examples right here. I'm coming down to the studio this morning. The guy's tailgating me. Why are the guys tailgating me this far away from the back of my car? I just slowed down. I took my foot off the gas. I'm rolling down Morrison Street, and I finally got down to about 10 kilometers an hour. And the guy had enough, and he turned off a side street and took the side streets around me. But that is bad. And another thing that happened, and this is just in a mile. I mean, I only come a mile to the studio here, is that you got a big green Jeep. He's there, no signals, don't know where he's going, and he just makes a left-hand turn. These are the people who are the problem, not speeding drivers. Let's face the facts. It's a revenue generator for the region, and it's going to be for the city. If they're really serious about speeding, the ticket would also get you 3 demerit points, a jump in your insurance rates, and other bad things would happen. But that doesn't happen with these tickets. And it's no matter what you do. Guess what? You want to stunt drive 50 kilometers an hour over the speed limit? Guess what? You can do it. Because your car's not going to get seized for stunt driving. You also don't get the 30-day vehicle impoundment. the 7-day driver's license suspension, the 30-day license plate suspension, the court appearance where you could get up to a $10,000 fine, a jail term of up to 6 months and 60 merit points. Why? Because it doesn't matter. They don't care. It's a cash grab. It's all they worry about is dollars and cents. You want to speed, go ahead. You just have to pay for it. So you can speed wherever you want. Just pay for it. That's all. These cameras don't give you any demerit points or anything. You just have to pay. It's a per kilometer an hour charge to speed. You want to speed higher? Well, you pay more. That's all. The best deterrent to speeding around schools, because that's where these cameras always seem to go, is a cop sitting in a cruiser on the side of the road with a radar gun, giving out real tickets to speeders, tickets that hand out points. They take away points in the embarrassment of sitting on the side of the road with the cop and the lights going. People drive by that know you, and you're going like this. You're going like this, hiding your face. What a dummy I am. It's embarrassing. That's a deterrent. Police get $213 million to do this job. Niagara Falls kicks in an extra $3.5 to $4 million out of casino revenue for them to do their job. The job is to catch speeders. If it's speeding's a problem, they're the guys that should be catching them. Oh, they can't be there 24 hours a day. Well, they're not supposed to be there 24 hours a day, are they? I mean, the radar cameras are, because they can hammer you 24 hours a day, even when school's out. Tax grab. I don't care what excuses everybody makes and what they say. It's a tax grab. That's all it is. That's all it is. Enough said. I'm not saying any more about it. That's what it is. I don't care what anybody says. And if anybody's got any case to be made that I'm wrong, then please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. That's why we have a comment section on YouTube. Unlike the city, where they have their city council meeting, but don't let anybody comment on it. You know why they don't? Yeah, you know why. I don't have to explain it to you. Okay, over to my third sponsor, Hamel Machine Company. And whenever we look at industry coming into a city, the industry looks around and says, what do you got for machine shops there? Who are we going to get to fix our machines if they break down? And of course, you point your finger right there. Hamel Machine Company, been around since 1948, serving business and serving the citizens of Niagara Falls. They work with all sorts of businesses. Time is money. When a business is shut down because their machines aren't working, it's not good. So what do? They call Hamel. Come on down. Take a look at our machines. See what's going on. Hamel says, hey, we can fix that. And if we can reverse engineer it. We have 3D printers. We have water jet cutters. We can create the part, fabricate the part. And they do it. And not only that, while they're doing it, they see if they can make it better. I wonder if we did this, it would be better. And they have the tech guys there and the engineers, the electrical engineers. They have all kinds of people there that are qualified to innovate and create. That's the beauty of Hamel. That's the beauty of Hamel. They've taken the agricultural products, the hydroponic industry, and given them new products, improved upon what they use already. And they ship those parts all over the world. They did it for Rich's Products. They do it for the wine industry. They fix anything for the region, the city, whatever it needs to be done, they do. And they'll also help you with anything you have around your house. Share a pin on your snowblower. You need a new axle built or welded up and machined. Whatever you need. New gates for your backyard. They can fabricate them. They can design them. They do it all. Hamel Machine Company, around since 1948. Go to hamelmachine.ca to see the beautiful work that they do. And please support our sponsors because they support the city. They're good corporate citizens, and they're a bunch of really good guys. They deserve your support. Okay, so they want to hammer us and grab us for speeding. But the real thing that you want to be doing if you're going to break the law is not speeding. What you want to do, if you're going to break the law, let's make it worthwhile. Let's rob jewelry stores. Yeah, I mean, hey, guess what? A Markham man, Diego Dini, not sure where he's from, Dini, he appeared in St. Catharines courts facing 4 counts of theft over $5,000 and a single count of theft under $5,000. Now, this jewel thief had his sentence suspended and the offender was placed on probation for 2 years. That's it. The judge said the youthful first time offender should be dealt with restraint. He says that all these youths, should be dealt with restraint. In other words, robbing 5 jewelry stores should get the perp a very lenient sentence because he's 21 years old. So what did he do? He served 8 months in pretrial custody, and the judge deemed that enough. That's enough. He learned his lesson. Oh, and he's sure that this 8 months in custody would deter the 21-year-old from doing it again. So he doesn't think the 21-year-old's going to do it again. The guy robbed 4 or 5 jewelry stores and he hauled down $44,000 worth of jewels. They never got the 44,000 back. Well, of course not, or the jewelry back. Of course not. He's got a fence in Toronto. He steals the stuff and gives it to the guy, and he gets cash, probably a quarter of the value they're worth. And they're moved out. They're gone. They're melted. They're something else now. Oh man, oh man. I mean, so he stole 44 grand, terrorized the employees of the 5 stores. Nothing was recovered. You know how he got caught? He took his show on the road. That's right. He went to BC to rob people. And he was trying to steal $15,000 worth of jewelry out of a Costco and got caught. And the judge thinks he learned his lesson. Oh, he learned his lesson. He's going to be okay, this guy. Listen, one person that has learned his lesson from all this is Joe Public. Joe Public is sick and tired of weak judges in lenient courts. He's sick and tired of catch and release. He's sick and tired of no bail. He's sick and tired of the revolving door of justice. Now we have Edsel Ford up in Toronto, Queen's Park, talking tough. Tough on crime. Gotta get tough. This is ridiculous. Ah. He's outraged. Edsel Ford, every day. But what's he do? Absolutely nothing. And he isn't going to get any help from Chili con Carne, who would rather give money to terrorist groups and import terrorism into Canada than stop crime. I mean, like I just keep saying it over and over. If you want to stop crime, you got to get serious. These guys, $44,000, 5 robberies, and he doesn't even get jail time. Doesn't even get jail time. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? It's sad. It's sad, but that's what we're facing in this country. And the sad part is we have to put up with it because nobody's going to deal with crime. See what Trump's doing? Oh yeah, too much crime in Washington D.C. So what's he do? 3,500 police there, calls an 800 National Guard, bumps it up to a couple grand on the streets every day. No murders for almost 2 weeks. Crime is down 70-80%. City's back to what it was, and these guys just aren't doing it. And it's so successful. The mayor's even commending Trump for what he did. She didn't want him in there. And unfortunately, she has no choice. It's a federal jurisdiction. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because crime was out of control. The gangs, well, the members are going to Alligator, Alcatraz. They're getting shipped back to their countries. The ones that are Americans, they're getting thrown in jail. And no matter what ethnic minority you talk about, they're glad they're there. They got their city back. It's safe again. That's what has to happen in Canada. But who? Who are we going to get to do it? I don't see anybody on the horizon. Unfortunately, Canada's doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. So we're speaking of dummies. Moving on here. Speaking of dummies, I think we were right. Edsel Ford. I did mention him. Remember when he banned booze, Edsel Ford, on U.S. booze on Canadian shelves? Sent the hundreds of millions of already paid for booze into storage because of his elbows up campaign against Trump in the USA. Well, a reporter in a meeting the other day asked him what he's going to do with all that booze. What are you going to do with all the booze there? Eventually, it's going to go bad. We're going to have to. He's we'll throw it out before we'll put it. Now this guy is stupid. Dougie, Edsel. Your elbows up campaign is a flop. Your prime minister ditched it. Now, rather than waste all that good booze, why don't you do this? Why not put it back on the shelves with a $10 surcharge on it? Jack it up by $10 a bottle. See what I did there? Jack Daniels, jack it up. $10 a bottle and put the extra money into a special fund for something. $10 a bottle on US booze, all the booze you're warehousing now, and it's going to go on to rot. Sell it. Put it back on the shelves. Get off your high horse. Get your elbows down. Put it back on the shelves. And let's make some money for the province. Put it to the health system, towards homelessness, towards any good cause, towards roads. I don't care. Something that all Ontarians need. Something that we need. We have hospitals to be built, homes to be built, roads to be built. Why not use this booze money to do it? You already make a ton of money on tax on that. It's sitting in a warehouse, millions and millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars of booze. Let's throw a surcharge on it, $10, put it back on the shelves, get it selling. If people want Jack Daniels, they'll pay an extra $10. If they want Jim Beam, they'll pay it's not important. Get it back on the shelves. Let's sell it. Put a surcharge on it to put it back on the shelf. Take the money and use it for something good in the province. You know, elbows up also has another meaning, Doug. You know that, right? Elbows up. That's right. Elbows up. Let's use it. Come on. Let's be smart about this stuff. Let's be smart about this stuff. We got to. Use it to fight crime. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. There's good old the Dini there, Diego Dini. Yeah, he's got 100 hours of community service, which he's never going to do anyway. He's going to have a next heist coming up pretty soon. So use it maybe to stop those guys too. Arrest the gangs and everything. How about that? But put the booze back on the shelves and let's make some money. It's not making us money sitting in a warehouse. It's costing us money to warehouse it. Come on. Let's get smart in this province. Okay, so then there were three. And we're going to get to that in a minute. I'm going to get to my last sponsor, Niagara Parks Commission, first. And you know, we have a gem right in our own backyard here. And every day, it's right there for us to take advantage of. 32 miles of the most beautiful parkway in the world, the most beautiful green space in Canada, with the center of that green space being one of the 7 wonders of the world, natural wonders of the world, Niagara Falls. We don't take advantage of it, locals. I mean, it's there. We hear it every night from our porches. Oh, yeah, that's the falls. We can hear the falls. How many times do we go down there? Hey, we should get down there as locals and enjoy it more. 14 million tourists come here a year and enjoy it. They enjoy all the parks has to offer, not only Niagara Falls, but all the attractions, power plants that have been refurbished, and you can walk through the waste tunnels right to the river below the falls. Scenic tunnels where you can go right next to the falls and look up at them falling on you. They have the Great Gorge Strip where you can stand beside some of the most dangerous rapids in the world, grade 6 rapids that they don't allow boats to go into. They're so dangerous. We have the Spanish Aero car that goes over the whirlpool that forms a big vortex whirlpool that takes the river and turns it to Lake Ontario from Lake Erie after going over the falls. They have the Glen. The Glen. You go down and spend your time down there, right by the river, watching these rapids and the jet boats go up and down. I mean, it's fantastic what they have. That isn't enough. They have fantastic restaurants, Table Rock House Refectory, the new restaurant at the Whirlpool Golf Course, one of the most beautiful public golf courses in the world. That's not enough. Now they have an attraction opening on August 29th called Niagara Takes Flight. And it's an immersive adventure that runs from Lake Ontario to Lake Erie, up the Niagara River, stops at historical sites along the way, takes you up over the falls, and goes right to Fort Erie and Lake Erie. It's amazing. And we have two forts, one in Fort Erie on Lake Erie, and then one in Niagara Lake, Fort George, that's on Lake Ontario, which protected Canada from the American invaders, along with Laura Secord and that story. It's amazing, this trip. Somebody went through and they said it's a mind blower. Niagara Parks Commission has hit it out of the park. NiagaraParks.com. You can see all the attractions they have. You can see everything that they've got there. You can see their prices. They have attractions packages, parking packages. Just phenomenal. You can even go out towards Fort Erie and see Bob Gale's goats, which is, to me, an attraction. I love goats. I love goats. They're just crazy. Niagara Parks Commission, support our sponsors. They support the show, and we thank them for supporting the show. And I encourage everybody to get down there and see all that they have to offer. They truly are an amazing outfit. Okay, then there were three. Yes, step right up. Who's next? The CPC, Canada Post Corporation, and the Posties Union are going at it. Air Canada and the flight attendants are going at it. And now Niagara College and their support staff, that union's going at it with Niagara College. And they're poised to go on strike if they don't get what they want right before the school year. Wouldn't you know it? I mean, they never strike at the end of the school year when it doesn't matter. They strategically place their strikes when it's going to do the most damage and cause the most interruptions and that kind of thing. Okay, Canada Post, they did it right before the Christmas rush with the mail. And Air Canada shut down the airline at the busiest time of the year in the summer when most people are traveling. Yeah. And now they're going to keep the students from going back to school. These strikes are nothing more than extortion. You know that. And that's the bottom line. As a side note, Canada Post lost $470 million in the second quarter of 2025. That's taxpayer dollars, everyone. So they're almost up to $1 billion. What are the posties looking at? Well, they're looking for an outrageous contract with CPC being totally broke. And of course, who foots that bill? Taxpayers. They lose money. Taxpayers foot the bill. It's Crown Corporation. $700 million over the first half of the year. Back to the Niagara College strike. Earlier this year, full-time support workers voted 73.3%. Now, where did the 0.3% of a person come from? I have no idea how they got 70. I mean, 1%, 2%. Where's the 0.3%? I don't know how they get that, but that's what they got. And they're going to go on strike if negotiations break down. There are about 10,000 and one third people that are in this OPSU union, providing a range of services that include clerical and tech admin, learning support, academic accommodations, building maintenance, and lab techs. And they're all going on strike. The College Employer Council that bargains for Ontario's 24 colleges proposed binding mediation and arbitration. The contract expires on Sunday, and they want job security and not losing any rights in the current agreement front and center. OPSU has 49 demands that would cost the colleges almost $1 billion in additional revenue that could be crippling in this economy. So they don't like this deal. Niagara College has also assured Niagara College students that the fall term classes will start as scheduled. So they said they're going to start. How long they're going to run is in question if they go on strike. So there you go. We have the triple threat right now. The posties negotiating a contract. They could go on strike again. The Air Canada um, uh, attendants, they could go on strike if they don't get a contract. They say they don't make enough. And now we have Niagara College and the colleges in Ontario and the OPSU union looking to go on strike as well. Never ends. So let's finish off with Carney. Chili Con Carney, one of our favorite people, right? The pencil neck geek. So now this goofball Carney's wandering around Europe on taxpayer dollars, giving away billions while he makes billions on his companies. All on the taxpayer dime? Yes. How does he make agreements, give away billions, dropping retaliatory tariffs, and running the government without Parliament being called back and without dropping a budget? How does he get away with this? I mean, this is the tough guy everybody elected. And right now is leading in the popularity polls, they say. He's done nothing for Canada since he was elected and everything for Europe. I mean, who elected this guy? Everybody I talked to, I never voted for him. I never voted for him. I never voted. Who voted for him? And for all of you people out there, and I've been arguing with people a lot lately about this, who think that Pierre Polyev or whatever, however you pronounce that, I call him PP. If you think this carpetbagger is going to save you guys, I mean, no, he's not going to. He lost a riding he held for 20 years. He blew a 20-point lead to make Carney the election winner. I mean, I just don't think that he's electable at this point. I mean, everybody's touting him as the savior of Canada. Go save Canada. But the guy had a 20-point lead he blew. He couldn't even win his own riding. They had to give him a slam dunk. They sent him to Alberta in the Crowfoot, Blackfoot, or whatever it's called, riding that's been conservative for, I don't know, probably since the son was born or something. I mean, he couldn't lose. That's the only way he got back in. And they think this guy's going to save Canada. I mean, what Canada needs is a really strong leader right now that is going to do the things a big C conservative is going to do. Strong in the economy, strong against crime, remove illegals, stop immigration, secure the borders, balance the budget, and be fiscally responsible. Getting the homeless off the streets. Contracting government, less government. Get rid of all the ones that Trudeau and them hired. I mean, they don't need them all. You don't have to look far for what has to happen, what has to be done. I mean, we can look right over the border. Trump's accomplished all this in 6 months. If you have the will, you're strong enough to battle the woke, it can be done. It's being proven. I mean, whoever comes in has to support the West. We need the West. We don't want them leaving. I mean, if you're a working stiff, if you go to work every day, you really appreciate what Trump's doing. If you're on the dole, you're not going to like him because you're the one he wants to cut. Anybody who's on the free ride on the gravy train, well, guess what? The golden goose would end. We had a strong leader. So who's going to step up into Canada's future? I don't see PP being the guy. Maybe he will be. I don't think so. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen when he sits down at when the Parliament's called back, if he ever calls it back. Who knows? This country's whacked, and it's getting wackier. It's getting wackier every day. Anyway, I'm out of here. That's it for me today. I've had my say on everything. Leave some comments. What do you think? Am I crazy or not? Leave some comments. I like to hear comments. I wish every city councilor would watch my show and comment. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. Steer me in the right direction. Have an open discussion about this stuff. That's what it's all about. That's what this show's all about. Your city, your voice. Leave comments. Support my sponsors, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Hamill Machine Company, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, Niagara Parks Commission. Tomorrow's finally Friday. We'll be attacking more stories from City Council meeting as I look at this video again, maybe. And other stuff going on. Monday is a holiday. I'm going to be taking it off, so there'll be no show on Monday. Yeah, we're getting into the end of it, and we're into September. The kids are back to school. The exhibition ends. Look up in the sky this weekend. There could be some nice planes going over for the air show. Usually we get some group going over in formation and that kind of thing. Other than that, enjoy the afternoon. It's supposed to rain. It rained just a little bit here. And other than that, we're supposed to have a nice day. Get to the video, subscribe to the video, hit the subscribe button, get involved. Let's go. Come on, let's get together. The more the merrier at this party. And let's talk about what's going on. We have a year before the next election. And I wonder if anybody will ever stand up during the election and talk about term limits, because I really think that's what we need in this city. I really, really do. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is Your City, Your Voice in the studios of 4680Q in downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Across from the Meteor Crater, have a great day, everybody. God bless you all. We'll talk to you tomorrow at noon sharp. Promises made, promises kept. Take care.